Jupiter through the signs series. All right, in this video, I'm going to be discussing Jupiter in Gemini. I'm going to be talking about everything you need to know when you have Jupiter in Gemini, how to truly master this placement. All right, let's discuss. Now, when you have Jupiter in Gemini, this is similar to having Jupiter in the third house. So what this means is that if you were to read Jupiter in the third house descriptions and do your research on Jupiter in the third house, it sounds a lot like you. And not only that, whatever you read from Jupiter in the third house, you can directly apply that to your life as well, okay? So this is similar to having Jupiter in the third house because Gemini rules the third house, okay? This native, in order to attract abundance, luck, and opportunities in life, they have to embrace Gemini-like qualities, which include being a true communicator, writer, and speaker, and having duality and diverse interest. All right, so this is how you attract abundance, luck, and opportunities in life. You have to embrace Gemini-like qualities, which include being a true communicator, writer, and speaker, and having duality and diverse interests. Celebrity example that has Jupiter in Gemini includes Kanye West. Now we see this tremendously with Kanye West because Kanye West is a true communicator, writer, and speaker. Okay, not only did he write music, he was also a producer. And he has duality and diverse interests because not only did he rap, he also was not only was he a producer, he also was a rapper. So he did both. He was making beats and he was rapping, okay? So you see how important it is to have duality and diverse interest and how important it is to be a true communicator, writer, and speaker to attract the abundance, luck, and opportunities. Kanye West has mastered that. Jupiter and Gemini people, these people go overboard and overindulge in matters that involve communication, speaking, writing, and learning. They love to learn and consume information. Okay, so Jupiter is where we go overboard. Gemini is associated with communication, speaking, writing, and learning. So this person goes overboard. They love to learn and consume information, sometimes to a fault, and sometimes they can actually consume too much information. They may speak too much, they communicate too much, and write too much, and it can actually be a bad thing because remember, when you go overboard with anything, it can actually become a bad thing. All right, so you have to watch out for that. You have to make sure that you're a type of person, you engage in Gemini like energy, but you don't overboard to a point where it becomes a detriment. Everything has to be done in moderation. Jupiter doesn't like being here because Gemini energy is associated with scattered energy and a limited way of thinking. You have to have big ideas and focus on one plan at a time to truly expand. Okay, now, so what I'm saying with this is that Jupiter does not like being in Gemini because Gemini is associated with having many different ideas and your energy is very scattered and you can also be very limited. See, remember, Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. Gemini is the opposite of Sagittarius. So that's the reason why Jupiter doesn't like being here, because what happens is when Jupiter is in Gemini, you can be the type of person where you scatter your energy into too many different things and you have a limited, narrow way of thinking. What you have to do is you have to learn, like, look, have the big ideas, but focus on one plan at a time to expand, okay? Because Jupiter is the big ideas. Gemini is many different ideas, many different things. So how you overcome this is you work on not being scattered. Don't have a limited, narrow view of thinking. Have your big ideas, but try to focus on one thing at a time to truly expand. Or if you're going to focus on more than one thing at a time, make them relate to each other the way that Kanye West did. See, he was a producer and a rapper. They related to each other, so it worked out. Okay, so that's how you master this Jupiter and Gemini. Is you have many different ideas, but you relate them to one another so that it doesn't become a situation where your energy is scattered. This person is a true jack of all trades. They have many different interests and they work on many different things at once. Again, we see this with Kanye West because everybody knows he has many different interests and he works on many different things at once. He'll work with like 5 different artists at one time. He'll be making beats for like 5 different artists at one time. And also how we see this with Jupiter, with Kanye West having his Jupiter in Gemini is you see my point as far as going overboard with matters that involves communication. Look at how many times he's put his foot in his mouth talking too much. You see, this is why I said sometimes going overboard, it can actually work against you. Jupiter and Gemini people have to learn not to talk too much and let their words and what the things that they say get them into problems, okay? So that's Jupiter and Gemini in a nutshell. And this is how you master it, okay? When you have this is similar to having Jupiter in the third house. To attract abundance, luck, and opportunities, you have to embrace those Gemini-like qualities, which include being a true communicator, being a writer, being a speaker, having duality and diverse interest. Make sure you're not going overboard in matters that involve communication, speaking, writing, and learning. Don't consume too much information to a point where it makes you overwhelmed and anxious. Understand that Jupiter doesn't like being here because Gemini is associated with being scattered, having a limited, narrow way of thinking. You have to have big ideas and focus on one plan at a time to truly expand or make those multiple ideas connect. Understand that you're a true jack of all trades. You have many different interests and you work on many different things at once, all right? So this is everything that Jupiter in Gemini entails, all right? I hope you learned something from this video and you master your Jupiter in Gemini. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.